Hello, and welcome to another edition of Player Interviews presented by Inside the Hashes. My name is Juan Pablo Gordon Camargo, and today we're speaking to CJ Brewer, defensive tackle out of Coastal Carolina. And in speaking with the fifth-year senior, CJ and I broke down what he has done to become one of the top defensive linemen in the Sun Belt Conference, what are some of the lessons about life on and off the field he hopes he has imparted onto his teammates, and what kind of legacy he hopes to leave at Coastal Carolina, not just as a football player, but as a pillar of his community. With all that said, let's jump into it.
Perfect.
Before we get started, first thing I want to ask you is why is your nickname Meat Hook? Where does that come from, and what does it mean?
Well, too many people really call me that here. It's just mainly back home. It comes from, I had an older cousin that was, he was older than me. He was like 4 years older than me. So he played middle school ball before me. And then high school, we all went to the same high school and everything. And that's what they call him. So they kind of started calling me Meat Hook Jr. And then once I got to high school, it was just Meat Hook after that. It just mainly we were more like the bigger type body size. So they just started calling us Meat Hook and Meat Hook Jr. And then it just kept going all through high school and stuff.
I realized so that you ride 14 four-wheelers?
Oh, yes, sir. That's what I love to do.
Dude, I'm terrified of even riding a mountain bike down a hill. So it's how do you even ride those things? And what's the fun out of it?
It's just, I don't know. It's a different feeling. To me, it's almost like when I'm playing football. Like when I'm on the football field, I feel like I'm at peace. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got a lot to worry about. Just what I love to do. Same way when I'm riding four-wheelers, I be with all my boys back home and all of our friends, and we just out there, we just having fun and just riding four-wheelers. And like I said, I feel like I'm at peace, feel like I'm playing football.
You're a braver man than me. I'll give you that. First thing, so let's jump into the football stuff right now. Break yourself down as a prospect. I want you to use an objective eye and just tell me how you see yourself.
I see myself as I say I'm a smart player. You know what I'm saying? I love getting into the film room, just looking at certain things, personnels, offensive lineman stance. So and another thing, I can play different positions on the defensive line, just with my athletic ability, and then just playing the game long enough. You know what I'm saying? I know certain techniques that I can do at certain positions. So I feel like, I'm kind of more of like an all-around defensive line player in a 4-3 scheme, a 3-4 scheme. So that's the main thing. I just feel like I'm more versatile and just will understand the game and understand what I can do and what I can't do.
Brings me to my next question. I know that Coastal runs a multiple scheme. The layman football fan might not know what that means. Can you kind of just give a quick breakdown of what a multiple defensive scheme entails?
Yeah, a multiple defense scheme really depends on your personnel. And with our personnel here, like I said, there's a lot of versatile guys. Our main defense is a 3-4, but we can also go down to the 4-3 because of our outside linebacker. He's like the bandit position. He's played outside linebacker, defensive end. So it's more like, our defense can do a lot of different things just because of what we do. So like I said, sometimes we may start off in a 3-man front, and then right before the play, may get a move call or something, then we in a 4. So really, that just messed with a lot of offensive schemes, the way they block things. A lot of teams, they're looking at what gap this person in, trying to see. But once we start rolling and doing different things, it kind of mess with offensive linemen, just really the quarterbacks in everybody's mind.
Now, I know that in one interview you said that you enjoy more stopping the run, but lately you've been developing more of a taste as a pass rusher.
Yes, sir.
So when you're in contact with an offensive lineman, what's the preferred go-to move when hands go? Is it a rip move, a swim move? Do you like?
Yeah, my main thing, I guess you call it the swim, where there's more people starting to call it the chop club now, where you chop that outside hand down. So that's the main thing I'm mainly going to now, and then getting counters off that. Mainly just watching Aaron Donald do it. It's crazy. The way he does it, it's unbelievable. So I just try to just watch him. The way he get that hand down and grab that back pad.
You one time said that Aaron Donald's the top player in the NFL.
Oh,
Wholeheartedly agree. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know that you also admire Quinnen Williams, and being a fan, that makes me happy. So I want to ask, what is it that you take away from both these players that you try to apply into your game?
It's mainly just because they both play the position I play, the 3 tech a lot. So just watching the way they do their things, splitting double teams, pass rush, especially Aaron Donald, pass rush. like I said, just mainly the way they carry the game in the weight room and everything. I just try to just do the things they do and see, see if it helps me. Aaron, he's arguably the greatest defensive player in the league right now, and maybe ever, if you want to be honest. Or I feel like he's going to be up there in that category.
I'm an old head, so I'll always say Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor, yeah.
But I'll always open the Aaron Donald conversation to that. I know you played basketball in high school.
Oh, yes, sir.
But you did wish that you played wrestling in high school?
Yeah, wrestling.
Why would you think that wrestling would be beneficial to you?
A lot of guys that do wrestling, they have pretty good hips. Or they have great hips. I say, you got to be quick. When you wrestle, and you got to have strong core, and that translates to the football field. A lot of guys that are pretty good at football, a lot of those guys, dudes, they was wrestlers. Like I said, I used to go to the practices when I was in middle school. I knew the coach, but I played basketball, so it was hard to do both. But I would go to the practices sometimes and just work on moves and just practice with them. And I could tell it was helping then. And that's one thing I wish I would have kept doing. Mainly with playing football, we do a lot of core and quick things anyway, so I feel like I'm still up there.
Let's dive into like your career at Coastal Carolina. You've been there since 2016, right?
Yes, sir. 2016, fall 2016. Yeah.
And you redshirted your freshman year, and you got your first start with Texas State. I want you to kind of like take me back to when you got your first start. What did it feel like to know that you are a D1 athlete on the FBS level, getting your first start in your college career?
Yeah, it was a dream come true. It's always a dream to play Division I football. And it was a 2017 season. Like you said, when I went in, and my coach, something happened. My coach was like, hey, you're going to be starting this Saturday, so get your mind ready. And I looked down, I was like, hey, I'm ready. I feel like I'm prepared for it. I was just in high school a year ago. I really wasn't. I was expecting to go to college, but when you're a freshman, I'm like, hey, I may go play college football one day. Then it's crazy, I was playing Division I football. That was my goal, was always go play Division I football, play on TV. And like I said, it just felt good being out there and just playing, getting to play the game again. So
with the red shirt, I want to ask, like, what exactly happened that had you take a red shirt year to your first year?
My freshman year, it was during camp. I think it was like the last day. I kind of tweaked my knee a little bit. It wasn't nothing crazy. And then so that week I didn't practice a lot. And then I still traveled like the first few games, more of like the emergency guy. So, at first I was a little upset with that. But then that's when I started realizing, like, I started talking to other players and coaches, like red shirts actually, it's actually a good thing. Especially if you're on scholarship, it's another 3-year education. It's another year to get bigger, faster, and stronger. So I was actually blessed that I redshirted. I feel like it was the best thing for me mentally. I feel like physically I was ready, but mentally wise and understanding everything, I don't think I was ready at that time.
You do play mainly on the defensive line, but you've been known to make quite a few out of position plays.
Yes,
you had the fake punt return that you got for a first down against ULM last year. You caught a touchdown against Kansas in the first game. Big man touchdown, always nice to see. Which one of those are you the most proud of for accomplishment?
Probably the touchdown.
Yeah.
Probably the touchdown. Kansas. I just remember that it's my senior year. This is my senior year. It just felt good just getting over there. I've been talking to the offensive coaches for forever. Like, man, hey, these hands, they official. Let me get over there. I told them, I said, I don't mind blocking either. Some plays where I block, some plays where I may go out for a pass or whatever. And just the way that Kansas was running things, the pass was there. So we ran and I caught it and I was happy.
Looking like Warren Sapp out there.
Yes, sir.
I was watching the tape of it. Why did you change your number from 52 to 38 for that play?
Because, with my number, I could not go out for a pass. I'm not eligible. I think it's number 50 to 79. You're not eligible to go out for a pass if you line up in the backfield or whatever.
Must be mad annoying trying to get that tight jersey off and then back on, then back off.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, but we got it done.
Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Which coach told you that?
It was actually, I'll say it was my sophomore year. It was Coach Jones, Nick Jones. He was the tight ends coach here then. He was the first one I heard say it. And it kind of stuck with me. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. Because, there's going to be times with football and life, things may not go your way that, or you don't feel comfortable in that predicament, the thing you in. But it's, at the end of the day, you got to get out of it.
Sitting at 5-0 and as a top 25 ranked team, I'd say you're pretty comfortable, huh?
Yes, sir.
And part of that reason that you're ranked is because of that D line that apparently is historic in the school's history. It's your roommate Teron Jackson, Jeffrey Gunter, Gerard Clark. What makes you guys so much more different as a unit in comparison to every other D-line in college football?
I feel like the way we compete, like we go at it every day. If it's the weight room, film room, on the practice field, like every day we come with that mentality. Like we got to get better. You know what I'm saying? We got something to prove. Our mentality is we the underdogs. Like we don't really care what everybody's saying. You know what I'm saying? How good we are. You know what I'm saying? How good. You know what I'm saying? We're not that good. We don't care. We just want to work. And we come in every day, like, you know what I'm saying, our goal, like, it's like we're 0-10. Like, we're just trying to work, trying to get better and better. And we just, like I said, we just push each other each and every day to get each other better. You know what I'm saying? Gerard is a little younger than us. So our main goal was to get him to our level, to make him play. Like, with him being 6'5", 340, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't move him. Like that's what we like, let him know. Like, whenever you want to play, you can play. Like, it's we tell each other, like, I know it's going to be days I don't want to be out there. But I look at them and I see how hard they go, and I'm like, hey, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't be the last, I can't be at the bottom of the totem pole. There's something bigger at the end that we're trying to reach. And we know that the team follow us. So, you know what I'm saying? Every day we try to come out there and set the tone. Like, hey, we're going to have fun. We're going to fly around. You're going to do what you're supposed to do. And just, you know what I'm saying? We playing college football.
You're a fifth-year senior. You have the option to be a sixth-year senior next year because of the whole COVID-19 eligibility rule. Let's say you do decide to come back for your sixth year. Why would you want to come back? Like, what do you feel like you have to prove?
I don't really feel like I have nothing to prove, really. I really say just to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? You know, with the COVID, it's a lot of restrictions and things that we can't really do. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I really just say, just to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? I love the game. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know what I'm saying, how the NFL looks for me. You never know. But I say the main thing, if I come back, was just to enjoy it, just to, you know what I'm saying, to help bring the younger guys on and to help lead them. So, you know what I'm saying, once I'm really done, you know what I'm saying, our tradition just keep going. Our culture that we're trying to build here, it just keep going.
And, you know, like the NFL, one potential career path for you, but you just finished a bachelor's in history, minor in African study. Now you're working on a master's in
yes, sir.
What exactly, like, are you pursuing in terms of a career path with that line of study?
At first I was leaning more towards like the teaching and coaching high school ball, but just being around the game of college and seeing the way that they do things and just travel the world, you know what I'm saying, seeing different parts. And then I'm still doing what I love to do and making good money, just, you know, seeing how much all college defensive line coaches make. So now that's the road that I'm going down, as being a college coach, GA, and whenever football is over. But then again, I still have my degree to fall back on if the college level don't work out.
What kind of coach do you want to be in terms of approach with players? An aggressive coach, a motivating coach? Like, what's your style?
I'll say more of, you know what I'm saying, letting my players know that I love them. There's going to be times where I'm going to be hard. You know what I'm saying? That's how my coach is. I know he loves me, so he's hard on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the potential in them, you know what I'm saying, to be a great football player. So I want that best. I want your best potential to come out each and every day. But just let kids know, like, hey, I'm here for you. If you need me, you know what I'm saying, I need you to play your best so I can keep my job. And, you know what I'm saying, you need me to get you where you want to go. So it's going to feel like my goal is to just get a mutual respect. Like, let the kids know, like I said, hey, I'm here for you. So, you know what I'm saying, let's work, let's get better.
I kind of want to go into now your leadership off of the field. Tell me a little bit about your time spent with the Tim Tebow Foundation, specifically the Night to Shine prom.
Yeah, it's crazy because it was one day, me and a few of my boys, we was at the mall and we had our coastal football stuff on. This lady came up talking to her, Miss Adrian. She was like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I go to the Rock Church and, you know, so we're starting to set up a Tim Tebow Foundation. You know, it's a special needs prom, a joy prom. And I've never heard of it at first, but like I had did something like similar to it in high school. So, okay, I was like, you know what I'm saying, it must be pretty fun. So she gave me her information. We called her, boom, we got it set up. First time we had maybe 10 to 15 guys went. I got 10 to 15 other players to come with me. We took pictures, videos and everything. They had red carpet set up. It was a good time. Then the next year we had the whole team there. The whole team went and we was all buddies. They matched everybody up with somebody. Some people needed more help with certain things like eating or walking or, you know, just fixing their food for them and just going around to different things that was set up. They had a dance table. They had a karaoke little session, a place that had people in there cleaning shoes. You can go out on a horse ride, carry back, whatever. And like I said, they had the red carpet. So once they get out the car, you had fans, you had everybody just sitting there cheering for them. And it was a great experience. Like I said, my main goal was always get the freshmen and sophomore, mainly the freshmen, just to see the impact that we have on people's life and just understand like we blessed to be playing a game that we love. It's just an opener for everybody to see like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You could be somewhere else in the world, but you here doing what you love to do. So that was the main thing, just trying to get all those guys out.
Someone that you remember that benefited the most from that experience?
I'm gonna say Manny Stokes. He's a freshman DB, and we got him to go, and just seeing his face, like, and just seeing like how he was just taking it in and like understanding what I was trying to tell everybody. And Coleman Wright, yeah, because his guy was in a wheelchair and like couldn't really do too much. So those two guys really impressed me, like just seeing the way how they was just so involved and just really taking it all in when they was freshmen.
Once you've graduated and you moved up to whatever level of, whether it's coaching or professional or otherwise, do you hope that tradition is going to continue? And if so, who do you think will carry it on?
Yes, sir. That's the goal, is just get it to, you know, so like I said, to build that culture here of a family culture. You know what I'm saying? I always want to do things for the community and stuff. And I'll probably say pass it down to probably the guy that played behind me, Kennedy Roberts. That's my backup now. He's a sophomore, freshman. Yeah, he's a sophomore. So that's my goal, is to get him to take over my aspects, you know, my leader roles. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, once I'm gone, it's just still boom. Somebody else, you know what I'm saying? It's always next man up. Especially with football, you have injuries and things. Like, hey, it's the next man up. It's part of the game.
Before I'm a student athlete, I'm an African American. It's been too many years. When will the change start? It starts with us.
Yes, sir.
And you said that in your video intro for Coastal Carolina's Unity Council video?
Yes, sir. It was our Unity Council.
And I know you changed it from Leadership Council to Unity Council. Was that a recent change, or did that happen?
No, sir. Not really. Yeah, that was the Unity Council. We started that last year, I want to say. Yeah, changing the name of that.
Did you write those words yourself?
It was kind of me and some of the guys on the Unity Council. We sat and talked, like, hey, you know, so we need to put something out. And those guys kind of helped me come up with it. And the team was like, you know, with the Unity Council, like, hey, they, you know, so they wanted me to start a video. So, you know what I'm saying, that kind of I felt good, like, you know what I'm saying, I felt special for that. And with saying those powerful words, you know what I'm saying, with everything's going on in the world, I felt like it was right for me to do it. And I didn't have no problem with saying them. You
took really, like your leadership on the field, you took initiative when it came to social activism.
Oh, yes, sir.
And fighting
yes.
for activity and fighting for equality, excuse me. When doing what you're doing, you know, you must have drawn like inspiration from figures in history or someone growing up with regards to your morals and your standards. Who in your mind do you hold yourself accountable to be to the level that you are working so hard to push this movement forward?
Mainly I say to my family or to the, you know what I'm saying, the Black community, like letting these guys, you know, letting people know that I'm fighting for them, trying to do my best. I know, you know what I'm saying, with being a college athlete, playing football, you know what I'm saying, it's not like I don't go through as many things as my boys do that just got a regular job in the world. So, you know what I'm saying, my goal is to fight for equality for them. You know what I'm saying, like let them know, you know what I'm saying, just because they're not a college athlete, they're not playing football, they're just as important as me. So that's the main thing, just fighting for just really everybody, just trying to get equality. You know what I'm saying? We're not asking for more than equality. We just want equality, have the same rights that everyone else has. Keep fighting. And we know it's a journey. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So our goal is just keep going and just keep doing the things that we can to open everyone's eyes.
Part of the reason you work so hard and part of the reason that you do what you do is because your mom really pushed and sacrificed a lot for you to be where you are today. What has she taught you with regards to not just being an athlete, but to be a man?
The main thing, like you said, just standing up for myself, knowing what's wrong from right. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta understand, like, you're not always right in situations, but just always taking the good out of everything and just trying to be a good person, being a good role model. Because like you said, with me playing football, I know there's people that look up to me. So I just try to push every day to be, you know what I'm saying, be the best that I can be and give other kids hope that plays the game of football. We'll play any sport. Like I tell you, I can talk to anybody, any sport. I love sports, so I tell them, like, hey, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying, your goal is to be the best that you can be. Like I said, it's gonna be hard times you don't want to be there, times you don't be doing the things you gotta do, but you gotta keep going. That's even in regular life with a regular job. It's gonna be times I know my boys back home don't want to work. I'm like, hey, you got, you know what I'm saying, you got to. You can't just sit around. This is what you gotta do. It's life. Like, we all taking different routes.
Let's go under the assumption that this is your last year at Coastal Carolina. It's your senior year. You're on a good pace, you're undefeated, you're ranked. What is the legacy that you, CJ Brewer, want to leave at Coastal Carolina before you go?
I say the main thing is just enjoying what you do. Because it comes and goes. Like, feel like yesterday I was a freshman. I remember when we first moved in, like how fast it went. Like I said, enjoying what you're doing, but also realizing like you got a goal that you're trying to reach. So, you know what I'm saying, you can't have too much fun and just, like you said, leave my legacy here, like knowing like what I stood up for, the way I carried myself, the way I did things. Trying to just leave a wonderful legacy here. Like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I was a good person on the field, off the field, worked my butt off each and every day, me and my boys. So I say that's the main thing.
Is there anything else like that you want to add? Anything you want to wrap up saying before we finish up?
I think we covered everything pretty much.
And CJ, I have to reading into like what your work, not just like on the football field, but in the community, it's really inspiring. And a lot of the athletes that I interview, I always ask them, what is it that, as an athlete that you do to try to like be an influence in your community? And a lot of them are on a similar path, but haven't really found the right initiative or the right cause to contribute your time to. So I want to just say I'm really glad to see the path that you're on and what you work hard to. And I can't help but say that I've had just such a pleasure talking to you. And I just want to thank you for your time and for just sitting down and speaking with us today. I really appreciate it. And I hope that everything that you do culminates into something great. And I'll be keeping my eye out like for you, not just in the college scene, but hopefully in the pro scene.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm glad you reached out and want to do an interview. Thank you for that.
Again, I want to thank CJ for taking the time to sit down and talk with us today. And I just want to wish him nothing but the best going forward, not just his senior year, but beyond it, whether it's following the path of a football player, a coach, or something more. And remember, for more player interviews like these, you can check us out on our Spotify, on our Apple Podcasts, on Anchor, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Inside the Hashes is there. For our video player interviews, for our Madden gameplay, for our podcast live streams, you can just find us on our YouTube channel. Just type in Inside the Hashes on the YouTube search bar. You can also find us on our website, InsideTheHashes.com, as well as on social media. On Facebook, we are Inside the Hashes, the football group. On Twitter, we are at Inside Hashes. And on Instagram, we are at Inside the Hashes. You can also join our Discord, whether it's talking high school football, college football, NFL, or even fantasy football. We want to hear from you, and we know you want to hear from us. So go find us on our Discord. Just type in Inside the Hashes when you're looking for it. For player interviews and for Inside the Hashes, my name is Juan Pablo Camargo. We'll see you next time.